All right. Make sure we're live here. And let's see. Yep, there we are. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Michael and Rob here at Lake Michigan Angler for another weekly fishing report, another Big Pond Brawl update, and then covering what's new here at the shop as far as tackle and what's been hot as well. So we'll jump straight into everything here in a second. We'll give everyone a chance to kind of just come into the live stream. Before we talk about the fishing report, let's go ahead and just talk quickly, Rob, about we're here on the tail end of May. Just what we're seeing as far as the fish wise out in the water. Compared to last year, what are we looking like? What's the difference so far?
Completely different than last year. There's like no similarities at all. Last year this time, there was a billion cohos around.
Big cohos.
Big cohos. You couldn't keep them off the hook. Everybody was catching limits. It was just very easy fishing. This year, we're seeing far fewer cohos that are much more dispersed, and there's been some big ones caught, but for the most part, the size is a bit down from last year. But what we are seeing this year is much more king action than last year. Decent sized kings, a lot in the teens, a few in the low 20s, and good numbers of them where you could go out and catch multiple kings in a morning. We did not have that last year. We really didn't see any good king action until later in June.
Yeah, almost the beginning of July.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's almost like they've swapped roles, right?
Yeah.
Like we're getting some really good king. In fact, I'd probably say like this is some excellent king action.
Yes.
In this last week, and we'll dive into our recent fishing reports. We were both on the water this morning. I was out yesterday in the boat. We were filming. We got a great video coming out. In fact, I'll share with you now the premise of our next video that will go up on our YouTube channel. It's going to be about how to face tough fishing conditions. Essentially, not yesterday, but the 2 days prior, we had a very strong northeast blow on the lake. And when we get that northeast, it does a lot to the water, it does a lot to the currents. And so our fishing trip yesterday, we knew it was going to be a tough kind of conditions. But man, when you pay attention to your speed and angles, we set up. The fish hawk really came into play in helping the guys running the boat know how to pull their lines, and it led to really good kings. Like, yeah, we'll dive into that here in a second. But the point is like that video is coming out, and it should be a very good one for those of you that go out there. And the truth is, most guys go out. You don't have the weekday to fish; you only have the weekend. And if there's a stupid strong blow, northeast blow Thursday and Friday, and then you're facing it over the weekend, this is a perfect scenario that you might find yourself in and can find a lot of value in how to like strategically deal with that to still put some fish in the boat. So big shout out to Nick and Ron. We had and Captain Jerry is out there with us as well for allowing me to get on board with them to film that experience, and really good time last night. So at any point, if you guys have any questions as we go through the fishing report here momentarily, the tackle, and then we'll cover the Big Pond Brawl because it's creeping up on us, man. And we got a big announcement to share with you on that front. So let's go ahead and jump into the fishing report. I'll kick it off. I was out yesterday, as I said. We were out filming, and the Kings are here, guys. The Kings have shown up. They are around, and we called 7 Kings in the evening. We went out. We got on the water. We didn't have lines in the water until like 4:45. I was fashionably late to showing up at the dock at 4. I know. You're waiting. I'm gonna just preemptively get that out the way. I was late to showing up. I was supposed to be 4 o'clock. I got to the dock at 4:20 something. However, I believe that me showing up late led to us getting all those fish, because had we not been in it earlier, we may have not been in the spots that we were at.
Or you could have caught more.
No. Anyway, 7 Kings. Spoon bite continues. Well, in the evening anyway, was best. Dipsies were dead. Boards took like 1 Laker, but they were pretty dead. The riggers just were doing all the heavy lifting last night. Spoons, and when it comes to spoons, dark colors, blacks, the greens, dots on them. So you think of like your frog. We got one here, warrior frog. This guy did a lot of damage, and basically patterns like this with the greens and the blacks, and with those little hints of chartreuse. Any kind of spoon like that just was pulling kings. And then we let's see, it was SWR on the rigger, and then just a spoon on the rigger that took the majority. So 7 kings. We had 3 Lakers. And, fishing anywhere from like 50 to 80. And some guys were out beyond that. But your speed and direction was key. Super, super key. Because there's a big current going on down there from that northeast wind. Maybe today might have subsided. Not sure. You were out in the morning.
Yeah, the current wasn't quite that bad this morning.
Yesterday's because it was like right the day after. So it might be weaning off a little bit. But, yesterday we had to kind of keep it at the ball like around 2.5, 2.7. Which meant speed over ground were a little bit hotter, so that's Fish Hawk really was instrumental in helping the guys, get that going. So excellent day, great footage coming out in the video. Really excited about that. You went out this morning, Rob.
Yeah, so this morning we fished basically 60 to 80. It was good fishing. We had a complete opposite experience though than Mike and the guys did yesterday evening. Our fish were more in flashers and flies and dipsies. We only had 1 bite on a rigger and SWR. We had 1 king on a 200 copper with it was the Hulk moonshine. We had a really nice steelhead, about 9.5 pounds on a 150 copper with a Mongolian beef moonshine. And then the bulk of the king action was on a wire diver out 130 on a 3 setting with a size 1 diver with a white pro troll and just a plain old green Howie. And that got hit. That took, I forgot, 4 or 5 of the kings. I think 4 of the kings. So that was by far our best rod. It was getting hit all morning. It had our bigger fish bites. And we didn't catch any monster kings, but we had, a good batch of fish that were in, that 14, 15, 16 pound range.
Yeah. We were talking about this, which is really exciting is one, this is some good king fishing right now. So if you're sitting at home, man, get out, take advantage of the kings while they're around here. They may not be here next week. We hope they'll stay here through June and all that, but they could move around. You never know. So Rob always taught me this early on when I started like fishing out here. You got to be very opportunistic. And when they're around, you got to figure a way to get out there and take advantage of it because you got to fish when they're around. So take advantage of it. We'll go through some of the tackle. I know Rob mentioned some stuff. So as I said, spoon wise, it's been a really good spoon bite for him for sure. I think still, even though you had a good morning with these guys, it's just when we talk about other people, spoons have been still doing the bulk of the work.
I mean, the reality is leading up till this morning, we've been catching most of our fish on spoons. Today just happened to be a better flasher bite for us.
Yeah.
So definitely have some spoons out and then try a lot of different things. Try some stuff because what we're seeing is it is changing. Like the stuff that he caught fish on yesterday is much different than what we were today. Don't be sticking to any particular baits. Just be open-minded, work hard. It's not easy fishing. It's good fishing though. Anytime that I can go before work for a couple hours and catch 6 kings, that's great. That's, we weren't out very long.
No.
But you do have to work for them and try some different stuff and just be open-minded while you're out there, and it'll pay off.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing we noticed too was, we went out yesterday evening, and it was all spoons for us. You come this morning and it's flash or fly. The thought process is maybe they prefer certain things, times of day. Maybe that makes a difference. Maybe not. It's just little things that we talk about and observations and stuff. So spoons are still doing really well. We've got a huge order of moonshines back in. A lot of people's favorites. That was a stud for last year. Bloody Nose is back in stock. Waiting to see if it picks back up steam from last year.
It was actually out of Waukegan. They were using quite a few Bloody Noses lately, and they wiped me out last week. So we've got more now. And
also, we know that there's quite a few guys that are been running meat, and meat's been doing some it's been picking up. I think it's starting to look better. Last year was a little bit of a lull for meat in terms of the bite, but it already seems now that guys are running it and pulling a couple fish off them. And typically these are some of their bigger fish of the day, specifically kings. So a good setup. bullfrog, musclehead. Can't go wrong here with the Jesus Christ, Dragon Slayer. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got plenty of these in stock and a variety of other musclehead colors that all work fantastic.
We do have meat in stock. We've
yes.
got, the big one, which is one of our Big Pond Brawl sponsors. So shout out to them. And we have Familiar Bite as well.
Yeah. Rob also talked about that. Oh, Rob, grab some of the new spoons. We guys are gonna show you. We've got a new Moonshine came out with a new line of spoons. We do have them in. They will be available starting on Tuesday. And that's per Rob because he has to go ahead and inventory it all and get them up on the pegs and barcode, all that boring store stuff. But tell them about the new line of spoons, Rob.
Yeah, so we've got the New Moon series from Moonshine. This one in particular is the one I'm looking forward to using the most, actually. This is the New Moon Bad Tad. But yeah, so it's the Half Moon blank, so it's a lighter spoon blank than the regular Moonshines, which I really like. I've had a lot of good luck with those spoons over the years, and these are just a little bit shinier finishes. These are non-glow, but they're really good spoons. And then, like, again, this spoon blank being lighter has a lot more action in the water. You can fish it a little slower. It's a great spoon.
Is this so? Are these more like more comparable? It seems like they're kind of taking aim of like a Stinger style,
yeah, it's a little bit thinner spoon.
Yeah, I can see the difference. Yeah, it's lighter. Mm-hmm. Even in the box, you can tell the difference between when you grab a regular Moonshine. It's heavy in the box, and this thing is much lighter.
Yeah, which is awesome. I really like that.
So that'll give you some versatility. The weight of the spoons plays a difference when you're pulling.
Mm-hmm.
Got the Moonshines; they are thicker and heavier. You got all,
and they're great. They work great. I mean, that's one of the best spoons out there, really.
Yeah, it's in our area particularly. Just fantastic. So those will be available Tuesday once Rob gets the inventory back end stuff done, and they'll be available on the website and in store. So be looking forward to that. We've got a variety of colors, and we'll have to take a look and grab a couple before we leave out of here. Let's next talk about the Big Pond Brawl, another weekly update. And in fact, Rob, we want to grab that big thing while I set this up. So, guys, we are coming up. I know many of you small boaters have expressed you're just kind of waiting for the week of to get an indication of the weather. We totally understand that. And we're excited because we're hoping, we're optimistic that the weather is going to line up right so that this thing is going to go full send. So don't forget, you can go to LakeMichiganAngler.com to sign up. $200 gets you in. An additional $50 gets you into the Monster Fish pot presented by Magnum Metals. It's $1,000 guarantee for the Monster Fish. It's only going to go up as more people buy into it. We're looking at $11K cash prizes based on 25 boats. And this is all presented by Fishhawk Electronics. Shout out to them. They were here yesterday. We did a podcast with them. I know they went out with Captain Jerry yesterday, do some stuff. And we have an install video coming out with the Fishhawk for those of you in small boats that are looking for some guidance on how to install your stuff properly. We'll have that out in the next week as well. So not only do we have Fishhawk on board, not only do we have Magnum Metals and the big ones, Cut Bait and Akuma, but we're excited.
Migrator Charters, don't forget.
Migrator Charters, yep, big shout out to Migrator Charters. They also made a contribution to this tournament, so big thank you to Migrator Charters, Captain Caleb. We're also excited to welcome aboard Aqua Traction. And Rob, you want to talk to them a little bit about Aqua Traction here?
Yeah, so Aqua Traction is this really awesome flooring for your boat. Non-slip, it cleans easy, it's tough, it's durable, it comes with a 3-year warranty. They were generous. They were very generous with a great donation to the tournament. So we'll have this here in the store. If you want to check it out, we'll actually have some Aqua Traction flooring here that you'll be walking on, and actually the weigh-in will be held on Aqua Traction during the tournament.
Yeah.
So we're really excited to have these guys on board.
Yeah. So big thank you to Aqua Traction, and the great thing is they're local. It's local guy. So it's a local company. And for those of you that are big on supporting local, you guys support us. We're excited about this partnership. I think potentially long term it could be a good relationship with us and them as we expand in our tournament stuff. And this will be here at the store. Come on in. When you come on in, you'll see it right in the front. Touch it. Take a look at all the different colors and options. They could do custom stuff. And they'll be here at the weigh-in as well.
Yep.
So they could talk to you about options, any questions. You'll get to walk on the flooring soon. We're going to redo some stuff here. So really excited to welcome aboard Aquatraction for their generosity in supporting our local fishing community here. And if you guys get a chance, give them check them out. The website, Rob, we have the.
Let me grab his card.
Yeah, that's right up front. I believe it's aquatraction.com, but we'll get that for you. We'll put that back. So if there are any other brands or businesses, we're more than happy to talk to you to get you on board. There's really, no limits to this. So if you are someone or know someone, represent a company or a brand that wants to jump on board, reach out to us. We'd love to have you be a part of this, to incorporate you and integrate your business and your products into what we're doing here, and just add more value to the fishing community and to the tournament. Reach out to us at the store. One other thing we have here is you're getting ready. Rob's going to grab this rod here. Wire rods, we got them. They do a lot of heavy lifting on your dipsies. So
yeah, we just got in the Convector Pro Series full roller rods. So if you're looking for full rollers with the AFCO rollers that the Taloras used to have, they've actually been flying out of here already, but we've got them in stock. I'll probably be getting more again soon.
The length is that one?
This one's 8. I also have them in 9.
So 8s and 9s. So you're inside in your highs and lows.
Yep.
You got those as well. Any questions, please feel free to ask before we wrap up today's live with the updates. Again, for the Big Pond Brawl presented by Fishhawk Electronics, you can sign up at lakemichiganangler.com. You can also come in store. We got the sign ups here in store.
Store signups are cash only.
Yeah. Excuse me. And you can do it in store as well now. And if you have any questions, you guys can just come by and ask us in regards to anything we talked about today, whether it's fishing reports, how the fishing is, the products, what's working, the Big Pond Brawl. Feel free to reach out to us. I think that'll wrap it up for today's live. Any final thoughts?
No, I think it's going to be a good weekend, good weather, get out fishing, taking advantage of the kings that are around, and also the nice steelhead. So if you need anything, just let us know. It should be a good weekend. You're going to be able to pick away at those kings the whole time.
Yeah, I think the winds are going to be real low. It's going to be a good setup for small boats to get out, kayaks to get out over the weekend.
You really couldn't ask for a better Memorial Day weekend weather-wise.
Yeah. Be safe out there, of course, because as you know, this is the season where the pleasure boaters come out and the sailboaters come out. Just be careful out there as people are going to be out and about on the waterways, jet skiers and stuff. Just be cautious and be safe. And we'll see you guys next week on our live.
Yep.
Later.